All right.
Did they just do that?
No, that was me.
I was like, what? That doesn't seem like it goes with the song.
But what's going on, YouTube? It's the Bushy Beard, and I'm back, and I'm bushier than ever. Right now, we got the Bushy Mama. We are going to finish off the new subscribers. And again, if I don't call your name, it's not because I don't want to. It's because YouTube doesn't tell me everybody. And so if I see somebody saying, oh, I just subscribed, I put it down on the list too. Because I do want to appreciate each and every one of y'all. I do. So I want to make sure you guys get your shout outs. We got NHEMZ Socito, Deanna Liz JAGOU, Happy Fortuna, Marvin Jamina, Christopher Fulmino, Pinoy Easy Cooking, Angela McGowan, Tom Shipper, Jeffrey Dino, Kolutsky TV, Your Big Mommy, Garciela, Godoy, Zahara Garcha, Gacha, Alec Bain, Ethan Minor, and Bimbo Morales Ocasila. Ocasla. All right. So we are now on to Mac Miller. You've heard Mac Miller. You watch my videos, so
Yes.
What do you think of him?
I don't like every song.
Okay.
He does tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got all kinds of techniques.
Yeah. I like that about him, is that not every song is going to be the same. You're going
Right.
to hear some like jazzy kind of feels. You're going to hear
the
some
last
rap
one was
feels.
really good.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was.
I think the I am. Or, no?
The one what was it?
I guess we can look it up.
Yeah, she won't say. She won't. Sorry.
Yeah. She has such a good memory.
Yeah.
Exiles.
Exiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Eggs Isles.
Isles.
Yeah. I thought that was good too. And so we are now about to jump into Doodling in the key of C sharp, produced by Larry Fisherman. And I was telling her that that's one of his alter egos.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested. I don't think I've heard any Larry Fisherman before, so I think it'll be interesting. Yeah. It's always sad to know how he died, but I think I've enjoyed getting to know him through his music.
Mm-hmm.
So
He put a lot of music out there.
yeah, a lot in such a short period of time, which is also amazing. I also like the fact that like he didn't really hide anything in his music. Like he didn't try to put on a fake persona, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I like that about some things. Because, you know, in the culture we live in, like the Instagram culture where everybody sees everybody's highlights, that I think it's kind of refreshing to know that people like this kind of music is out there where you see the person for who they are, and that their life being famous isn't always a party like some people try to portray, you know?
But it's hard too, because I prefer to listen to upbeat, especially if I'm sad. I'm not one of those who wants to listen to sad things. I want something to change my mood.
Okay.
And I know that that's not everybody does that.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I've had a hard time
Connecting with it.
Yeah.
Because of the sadness or
Sadness
the
and
drug use.
the sex.
Yeah,
The,
I gotcha.
you know.
Understandable.
I have a, I have a past, but
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I get you. Yeah.
But I prefer not to listen to that every day.
Yeah, no, I understand. So obviously another different style song. I don't know if I've heard this from him yet, but I like it so far. Yeah.
I'm trying to think what it reminds me of.
To me, it kind of reminds me of a video game music, where it's like the opening of a video game. You get this kind of like mood-setting music.
Reminds me of the big band that the whole band's about to come in and people will be dancing around. That's what it.
Okay. Are you ready to dance?
Check.
Okay. I dance as good as I sing.
6:26 in the morning. Just made this beat because I realized that I enjoy playing the piano.
And that's another good thing, is like I like how he has all the different talents. So like he puts a lot of his music together through his musical ability. And I like that.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No one's in the room with me right now, so I'm gonna record myself. And I'm gonna try and do this all in one take. So there's not a lot of editing because I'm too drunk to edit.
Sounds it.
And that's just the truth.
He said he sounds it.
He sounds high or drunk or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, he lived a lot of his life in his studio, it seems like.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, this doesn't seem too abnormal for him, probably.
What's the matter? Alright, let's go. I said, raps is cold about 20 below. I just realized I don't give a fuck anymore. Used to look into the mirror asking where would this go. Got big quick, kinda wish that I was taking it slow.
And I think that sums up his career.
Yeah.
I think he got too big too quick, and and he was young and didn't really understand how to handle it.
And he didn't have a mentor.
He might have had mentors, it just might not have been the right mentors, right?
Yeah.
But I think that kind of sums it up. And he says, I wish I would have taken it slow. And that's why I bet he locked himself into his studio so much, is because then that way he doesn't have to live in the outside world and be in the public's eye.
It takes balls to go and break from the mold. I guess I did that. I still got some dumbass fans who want kids back. And I forget that they 12 years old. I must accept that. Should probably stop thinking so much and just rap. I wish life was kinda easier to figure out. I wish it was like Ferris Bueller singing Twist and Shout.
So it does sound like he writes for people too.
Yeah. And, that's an interesting thing, because, a lot of artists that I know, or not know personally, but I listen to. Yeah, because I have all the connections.
Yeah,
all of the connections.
All the connections.
But he said, everybody wishes like I was back in Kids, which is his album.
Oh, I thought he meant
called Kids.
Being Kid.
No,
okay.
He had an album called Kids, and that was a certain sound that was more of an upbeat sound and more of like a rap kind of fun-filled sound. But it's the same thing with Eminem. It's like he's hit a different point in his career. Eminem is sober, and now everybody was like, man, I remember when Eminem used to be good and all these other songs. But it's like he doesn't want to go back to that because that's not who he is anymore.
Right,
He's
right.
changed. And, you can appreciate both sides. Like, you can appreciate the old Eminem, the old Slim Shady, who he was then, the boundary pusher, the controversial rapper, but also enjoy and appreciate who he is now.
Oh, we're
You don't need
seeing
to
that with
compare
Taylor
it.
Swift too.
Yeah, you don't need to compare them. Just accept them for who they are.
Yeah,
and,
either like them or not.
Yeah. So, and I think he feels that same thing. Is like, oh, I remember when he did this, and I liked that. I wish he would go back to that kind of thing. But you can't please everybody, and that's one thing you got to realize, is that everybody's going to watch you, and not everybody's going to be happy with you. Be happy with the people that are happy with your music, and listen to those voices.
I got a couple reasons that I'll stick around, but for the most part, this shit is foul. I place my hand on the stovetop to see if I'm awake. I heard you taking bath salts and eating people's face.
Do you remember that craze?
Bath salts, yeah.
I remember when that was the big thing here in Florida.
Boy, and you were at such an age, I was like, oh,
I was
God.
in the military.
Wasn't it right before that? When?
Maybe it was, but
Anyway.
I remember hearing about it mainly when I was in the military.
Well, you were young when you were...
Well, yeah, I was 20.
You went in when you were 20? I thought maybe late teens. But I'll tell you what, Every mother's nightmare.
Yeah. I always thought bath salt was like they would go out to Publix and buy bath salts. So I would not have been a very good bath salt taker because I would have been taking the wrong thing.
Well, how about the Tide Pods?
Well, they were actually buying Tide Pods.
I know. How stupid was that? I'm sorry. Not to judge.
If you did take Tide Pods.
Okay.
Glad
you're still here.
Yeah. But, yeah, so, like, people eating people's faces, I was like,
I heard
that's interesting.
Ooh.
So.
Zombies.
Yeah. Everybody compared it to The Walking Dead.
Yep. It's all the people I know personally. See, they act a certain way because they working for me. And if you take it as a diss, it means I'm talking to you. No, I never look down. I got knots in my shoes.
You know, that's an interesting thing. Is like he says, and if you take that as a diss, then you know I'm talking to you. So there's certain things that when you say something, some people won't be offended because
they know that's not them.
And then some people will, and they'll be like, okay.
Yeah.
Strings, made some money, went and bought me a few things. This ain't shit, I'm just doodling. I'm sick of going to the movies and people looking at me, inquire about some shit that they know they shouldn't ask me. Hollywood got every girl around the world fasting like eating was a sin when really beauty lie within.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, I like that line.
That's a great line.
So Hollywood has people fasting.
Eating like it's a sin.
Yeah. When the beauty is really within.
Yeah.
I think that's true. And
that's a great... They need to make a T-shirt.
Yeah, I think the same thing happens.
And a
The
poster.
same thing happens to men, though. As men have... It's actually been studied. Men have more body issues than women do. It's just we don't talk about it as much. You know... You look at Hollywood and all of the Hollywood guys.
You don't talk about anything as much.
Well, yeah, all the Hollywood guys are muscular and like super good looking, and
not if you saw them on the street.
I'm sure they're just as good looking on the street as.
Nah, they have makeup artists.
So do women.
That's right. They're not as. If you see them on the street, you would think they're plain Jane. Some of them.
Maybe.
Okay, Taylor Swift in the making of the videos.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Not every time.
Every time.
No.
I'm sorry, Taylor, that my mom, your future mother-in-law, is dissing you.
Well,
I think you're gorgeous in everything.
It's all about the beauty within.
See? And now she's learning.
Guess I wouldn't fuck me a fat bitch. I just disagree with you determining fat is. Wanna go to Israel and see if there's a God there. For now I'm about to smoke some blunts and post in this lawn chair. Could've been the mayor cause I'm excellent with politicking. People never say what's on their minds because they on a mission. Who do you think you are? May God damn your soul if you forgot tradition. Locked inside a box of prison. Somewhere there I saw a vision. Met this girl with innocence and stole it while on top of linens. Rocking word to Roger Clemens. That don't mean a thing.
You know, he has like an on and off thing with religion, I think.
Yeah.
He says he believes in he believed in a higher power. His mom, I believe, was Jewish, and his dad, I think, was Christian. Mm-hmm. But he never really connected with, like, I guess the Jewish faith, even though he grew up it, and he was on and off with it, and he always believed that there was something higher, but not necessarily an organized religion.
A lot of people believe that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm in love with making melodies, but scared to even sing for you judgmental fuckheads talking about my life. You don't know me, and if you did, you'd say I'm nice. Everyone I see always has some cool advice about what they do if they were me and all the issues they would fight.
And I think that line right there is like, you know, you judge me based on my music. But that's a lot. Sometimes people portray a certain lifestyle in their music that they're not really. And the critics don't really know the artist, and so they don't know them outside of what they do. Mm-hmm. And so we don't really know how they are personally. Mm-hmm. We can only judge based on maybe their music.
That's all we have.
Yeah. I mean, like Eminem back in the day was pretty wild and out, but he's always pretty much kept to himself. I mean, he had one incident, but other than that, nothing too big.
Well, same with anybody in politics, anybody in any kind of entertainer.
we only see what is portrayed by certain people,
and what the media wants you to think.
You could never fathom what this shit is like. And I hope you turn your bitch to dyke. My kryptonite is me.
That's a pretty good line too. My kryptonite is me. It's an interesting way to put it, because like a lot of people put it as like, I'm my biggest critic or I'm my biggest fan, but he was like, I'm my own kryptonite. I like that.
Well, I feel that way in certain areas of my life.
Yeah.
But not overall.
But I think he was so, I don't know when this came out, if it was around that same time as Faces, but he was so conscious of his lifestyle and how bad it was for him that, I mean, that obviously was probably about him taking drugs and knowing that it was probably going to kill him one day. And he's like, look, I understand that my biggest thing right now, my biggest enemy is myself and my lifestyle I'm living. So
Right.
Yeah.
this is one thing I like so much about his stuff is like he'll say something pretty impactful and then he'll just let the music run so you have time to think about like how to apply it to your life.
Oh,
I don't know if he meant to do that, but that's how I always take it. I think it's great.
I could see.
You can always pause it.
Oh, I could see kids in a band room when I had my eyes closed on the stage.
Yeah,
playing this and loving the sound of this.
Yeah, I agree. What do you like better on a beat, a piano or a guitar?
Depends on the song.
I'm always more preferable for guitars. I like the sound of piano. I just like the sound of guitars better. Unless somebody's playing it while we're watching TV.
Yeah. Or trying to sleep.
Yeah.
A guitar can't mimic so many things, like even if you're just beating on it and stuff. So I guess a guitar would be more beatful.
Yeah. All right.
Did they just do that?
No, that was me.
I was like, what? That doesn't seem like it goes with the song. And here we're back big again. So I liked it. How did you like it? I liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It kind of had an upbeat feel to it.
It had an upbeat feel to it if you weren't listening to the words.
Yeah. But I feel like that was one that he was just like, had a lot on his mind.
Yeah, it's like a diary.
Like, I'm just going to get it out.
Yeah, like some people make video diaries. He makes musical diaries.
I like that about him. So I'm going to give it an A-.
Yeah.
An A-? Okay.
Or a B+, A-,
Okay.
because I liked the music a lot. And, I mean, you know.
He had some good messages in there.
He did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think he was a lot mature than his years. And I think he understood a lot that was going on. He just didn't fix it a lot, you know. And I understand he got sober and everything like that. And that he was, you know, still semi into drugs towards the end of his life. Maybe not as heavy.
Well, you can't have two love interests.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You either have to love being sober or...
Yeah. And, you know, I think obviously it was better than being high all the time if you're only high some of the time.
But you're just... putting things off.
Yeah, no,
you're
I agree.
just slowing down,
Yeah.
but you're not.
Yeah, I agree. So, anyways, I liked it a lot, and I love his music, and I'm glad we're jumping into it. So, don't forget, again, tonight we have the drawing for the Mac Miller vinyl. If you want a chance to be entered into it, all you have to do is comment on the Monday video, which is I Am Who Am, I believe, which was a really good song. And, stick around for the reaction if you want to watch that too. Watch it all the way through and then comment. So, but tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, tune in and we'll do the random name generator and we'll have a little bit of conversation going. Some back and forth Q&As and stuff like that.
Bantering.
And then talk about changes and things that you guys would like to see on this video or this channel. We're going to start, me and John.
I have a suggestion.
Okay. She always does.
Well, what do you think I think you should change? I told you I was going to do this.
Okay. And so me and John and Amanda are going to try not to laugh next week. And we got the world's hottest chocolate as a punishment. So if you laugh, it's right here. If you laugh, you have to take there's 12 pieces in this. And so if you laugh, you have to take one. So hopefully somebody laughs a lot. Hopefully it's not me. But
he wanted me to do that chip challenge. I said, Don't you know my organs are not...
She would die.
I would, probably.
Not die, but she would be in pain.
I'm healthy, but
yeah, she would be in a lot
not
of pain.
for long if I did that.
So, anyways, until next time, YouTube, smile like you mean it from the Bushy family.